Welcome back, guys, to the second part of the Inconstant Moon, A History of Luna. Actually, my phone acted a little bit weird after I just transferred the first video over to my PC, and for some reason it won't give me the space, the storage space that it should have after deleting everything from my phone again, so it has the space again. So yeah, you're gonna see a cut in 10 minutes or so. Yeah, I'm not gonna do a third part or something. I'm just gonna cut it there. But yeah, let's keep going.
Also invested 3.5 billion won into LOONA in exchange for Polaris to schedule appearances from all members on Donut's broadcasting app for a live streaming event. In reality, only one member shows up. So Donuts files a lawsuit against Polaris to return the investment and another under criminal charges for making off with the money. Failing to pay off debts or uphold contracts, Polaris is hit with 2 massive lawsuits, and the court orders them to pay back the remaining 360 million won. The money runs out, BlackBerry is put on ice, and the LOONA project
How did they
goes
recover
down
from that?
underground.
I mean, obviously, they're still going strong.
It is the very
More or
air
less.
of the moon. She comes more nearer Earth than she was wont, and makes men mad.
Madness, Chapter 3.
Now we're going to take a look at the inside, the second side to the story, going way back to the foundation of LOONA. Enter stage right, Jaden Jung. He's a songwriter and a producer, and he's LOONA's creative director. Some fans consider him the god of the Lunaverse. Others call him LOONA's deadbeat dad. Before coming into business with BlackBerry, Jaden has previously worked with other K-pop groups. He makes his rounds through the K-pop world, stopping by JYP with Miss A, Woollim, and eventually making his way to Polaris. While working with Woollim, he serves as the primary director behind the girl group Lovelyz. His big plan? Give the members individual solos leading up to their debut as a group. Sound familiar? This is also an early
Basically
version of
LOONA,
Jaden's
yes.
idea for a shadow group, which roughly means he wants them to promote their music as a secret underground artist without the use of regular K-pop promotional institutions.
And in 2010, I figured out invisibility.
He says he wants them to be the most unknown female girl group. Unfortunately, being unknown doesn't really pay well. After a couple years batting around as a Lalo group, the cash stops flowing, and Jaden leaves the company, delaying Lovely's debut and leaving them to restart from scratch. He couch hops his way over to Polaris, where he becomes a producer for Ladies Code. Jaden sets about creating a musical anthology to re-establish the group and fanbase after the
There's many
deaths
groups
of
that I
2
actually
members
just
in
don't
a
know.
car accident. The series is called The Healing Trilogy and plans to have 3 albums. The first album, Mystery, is released in early 2016, and the second, Stranger, is released later in the fall. The third album is scheduled to release in 2017, but an entire year passes without the release from Ladies Code. In early 2018, member Ashley is forced to admit that the third album has been cancelled, and fans quickly discovered that Jaden has ceased his partnership with Ladies Code.
A lot of our Lovelyz and fans are expecting a comeback, but unfortunately it is not a comeback. It is our showcase that's held on our 5th year anniversary, which is March 7th. And I think we're gonna put an end to this trio, the album that we said that we were gonna do. So instead of that, we're gonna do something new. So this is the last part of our trilogy.
It's widely believed that the money sectioned out to fund the trilogy was diverted into Jaden's new project with BlackBerry. Around You, one of the songs from the unreleased third album, will eventually become Hyunjin's debut song under LOONA.
Yeah, I was
2/3 of the
just
way
about
through
to
the
say, Around
trilogy,
You is
Jaden packs up his
Hyunjin's
bags
song.
and leaves, taking the remaining songs with him and leaving Ladies Code behind.
So he just
In
took
fact,
the song
Jaden might
and
have
gave it
planned
to
leave
Hyunjin?
the trilogy unfinished before he even signed on. Jaden meanders his way down the Polaris family tree as early as 2014, where the first stirrings of the LOONA project can be found. He signs on with BlackBerry when they've just come out of the womb, blue-eyed and big-brained. Jaden and BlackBerry set about implementing the solo song concept with their new group. Jaden has a very specific vision in mind for LOONA. He wants to promote them as an underground group, a secret art movement led by guerrilla releases without conforming to the usual K-pop institutions, specifically music shows and idol promotions. All in all, it sounds like a cool underdog story.
Yeah, I was like about to say, like, it sounds cool, but does it work? Would that work? Because you need money to fund this. And if you're like from the get-go say this group is supposed not to be well known but really loved by the people that know it, I don't think you can really make a living out of that for all of the members and all of the stuff that has been dedicated to the group.
In reality, it's a big risk with a very small payoff range. Remember,
Yeah.
Jaden also planned for Lovelyz to be the most unknown female girl group, and had the same underground vision for his previous projects. Blockberry, on the other hand, is a company that needs to fulfill a profit margin. On top of that, the sheer number of different writers alone makes browsing the LOONA discography a bit dizzying. Some songs seem straight up airlifted out of other groups' albums and dropped into LOONA's,
actually enjoying it so
and in
far.
some cases they are. While the idea of the solo songs was that they're built to suit each member, certain songs were originally written for other singers, and just brought with Jaden when he left project after project. While it's no question LOONA absolutely made their solo songs theirs and hit their debuts out of the park, to this day, we don't know just how many LOONA songs were originally intended for other artists. Even some of LOONA's other frequent writers, such as Monotree, joke about Jaden being hard to work with. During the debut project, Jaden begins putting stress on the girls themselves, demanding that 16-year-old Olivia Hay lose weight, pressuring Jinsol into bleaching her hair, giving her scalp damage.
Okay, that was the guy. That was...
migraines, and forcing the girls to conform to his ideal Shadow Project standards, even at the cost of mental and physical health. Digipedi, the video company behind many of LOONA's videos, also calls him out for being overly restrictive and demanding of the resources and the girls. By the time we reach Hi Hi, no one can really tell for sure what the hell LOONA is going to look like. So when they officially debut, some fans call Hi Hi disappointing, claiming that the debut project built LOONA up to be more than just...
So actually some people didn't like Hi Hi? I mean, I actually love... I just absolutely love Hi Hi. Like, it's one of my favorite songs at the moment.
One more key
as I said in the
concept
previous
cheer
video.
Uniforms. Some discourage the sound and concept, claiming LOONA to be above this kind of release. When you take a look at LOONA's releases, however, Hi Hi isn't actually that far off from a lot of what LOONA promotes. On top of that, it sells well, which is probably the goal of producing such a radio-friendly debut. The tensions rise between Jaden and Blockberry, two sides playing tug-of-war with LOONA. Where Jaden is a creative director who wants to promote his artistic vision,
is art. I call it bold and bright. More like belongs in the trash.
Blockberry is still a company, and they have to balance the expectations of consumers,
German version's actually better.
Idols, and the fact that they shot themselves in the foot quite frequently during the last few years. Despite the sales from Hi Hi and Butterfly, Blockberry is still juggling looming debt. In a bid to try and re-establish cash flow, Blockberry steps away from the Lunaverse and tries to reorient the group around their music and promotions. Conflict between Blockberry and Jaden ensues. In response, Jaden states he scrapped an entire ballad album for LOONA's future comeback. As I'm not involved in the fandom, I don't know exactly what the fandom opinion on Jaden is, but my research showed some heartbroken fans and even several stressed members of LOONA. Finally, the money runs dry.
I mean, so far from what I've heard about this guy, I would guess so, that he's not well liked, because why would you like people that just... I mean, of course, there's a distinct difference, because wanting them to perform and be successful, but you can do that in other ways, you know? You don't have to be like, you better bleach your hair, you better be blonde so you're successful, or... No, I'm just gonna delete it right now because I'm a little crybaby. Like, you can push them up. You can of course be like a little strict with them, so they know they have to perform. But like, that's just over the top, you know. Also, quick cut here to check if the camera is doing well. So we're back. Let's continue.
The capital borrowed to support LOONA has not been paid back. Polaris falls under lawsuit, and LOONA goes dormant. In the midst of this, Jaden and Blockberry split. He walks off the set of LOONA, gone. 4 happy days bring in another moon, but oh, methinks, how slow this old moon wanes.
My face. This old moon wanes, chapter 4.
Now let's take a look at a third party in the story, the fans.
Fans are crazy.
In most cases, companies are the primary players, and fans are usually the last actor in the industry. But LOONA's fanbase is unusually involved in their group's narrative. In the deep, silent period of LOONA's hiatus, the fans are left alone with their own hopes and fears, and each other. They've got 2 albums, a dozen solo albums, and no foreseeable future of LOONA's promotions. Well, damn it, if you want something done right, you gotta do it yourself.
Yup. That's often just the case. Wait. Very productive by literal me. You'd be more productive if you stand LOONA. True. Elon Musk.
Taking a page out of Kony 2012, the LOONA fan
Even
base
made
is
it
trying to
into
hit the internet with wall-to-wall
freaking
LOONA
Urban
advertisements.
Journal,
While there
what
have
the-
been active fan
Urban
promotions
Dictionary.
from Orbit since 2016, this is a whole different level of, dedication. Drop whatever you're doing, say goodbye to your loved ones, stop rewatching LOONA TV for the 87th time in a row today, and get busy. Merch promos, spamming the girls' videos under every tweet or post, meme after meme after meme. I'm sure
Yup.
everybody and their dead mother has heard the words Stan LOONA.
Yeah.
Stan LOONA.
At this point,
Nice
everyone's
edit.
had their doorbells rung by Orbits offering you their Lord and Savior. One of the long-lasting barriers to LOONA's success is the air of #NotLikeTheOtherGirls that surrounds them. We can probably say this stems from Jaden's conception of
I mean, I
LOONA
actually
as a
just
shadow group known
decided
only
to
those daring enough to
discover them
accept.
myself. I had
For a
no
long
one
time,
come to
LOONA's
me.
marketing and industry narrative thrived on the idea of being either on the inside
And I
or
definitely
the
don't
outside,
regret it.
which can drive people away since it comes off as pretentious or selective. The self-aggrandizing done by Jaden and some of the louder parts of the fan base damaged LOONA's ability to grow their audience. So when those same #NotLikeOtherGirls fans came knocking on everyone's door to advertise LOONA, it doesn't look so good. Now, every fandom is scummy fans. In fact, maybe if you'd stand blank shows up in just about every fan base with active online presence. Some of the Stan LOONA memes are very much fake, others definitely not. But it doesn't really matter either way. Was Stan LOONA a success? Yes and no. It certainly got word around. People knew the name LOONA on pain of death, and you'll
That
hear
had
tales
me,
from people who
like,
joined the fandom
also
purely thanks to the Stan LOONA meme. But what
hearing
it
about
largely
them.
did was brand the fan base as desperate, invasive, or downright tasteless at times. And the last thing the story needs right now is more conflict. One of the
Yeah,
biggest
true, though.
concerns at the time is the legality surrounding
Like, if you do it too much, it might come off as just needy. But for me, it did the part. I don't think it was needy. I don't think it was quite funny.
the Lunaverse. Roughly speaking, the Lunaverse is the narrative story of LOONA, the lore and universe that connects all the music videos, members, and songs together. As Jaden is the artistic creator of the Lunaverse, there was a fear that Jaden could walk away and take the LOONA project with him. This is generally not how production contracts work. Typically, if a project has been greenlit for a production phase, the company has officially bought the rights to the project and maintains control over the project's future.
Okay.
This can seem pretty vampiric, but it's designed to give companies insurance. Once a project is in the works, you're not talking about the paychecks of 3 faceless executives and 1 artistic director, you're also including the capital from expecting consumers and the careers of any performing parties. And in a case like this, it prevents creators from walking off the lot, taking everything of value with them as they go. BlackBerry still owns the rights to the music videos, designs, and promotional content, which leads me to believe that BlackBerry got custody of the Lunaverse in the divorce. However, Jaden has left contracts before, and last time he brought
That's actually a nice way of putting it. More, I mean,
the residual material to BlackBerry
regarding what
and gave it
happened.
to LOONA. Maybe he'll do the same this time. Let's take a look at what the Lunaverse actually is as a unit of storytelling and narrative. Boiled down, the Lunaverse isn't really a solid story product. The Lunaverse is largely a series of loosely linked, hinted-at ideas. It's actually a smart marketing tactic. The Lunaverse is a perfect machine for practically endless fan engagement.
True.
Jaden has created
You
a
can
space within the LOONA dynamic
you
that
can just
always intrigues
interpret-
hungry fans without ever having to
interpretate
deliver.
so much into
In
them.
fact, despite the marketing and branding of the group as Girl of the Month, the members don't even have respective months. Heejin debuts in October, okay, so maybe she's the October girl, but both Hustle and Shu have December debuts, and the company never confirmed if any specific girl represents any specific month, even years after debut. At this point, the closest connection LOONA has to the concept of months is just having 12 members. It's also important to note that we may never know how many other pieces of lore were meant to come out. At this point, some even fear the lore will go unfinished forever. Well, in September,
Might
the LOONA
be.
radar starts to ping again, and rumors of a
guess.
comeback begin rising. However, it just turns out to be BlackBerry advertising Orbit 2.0, the second round of their official pay-to-enter fan club. So
Okay.
no comeback, but enjoy a new photo shoot and some stickers. Things get worse in November. Jaden Jong sits down for an interview where he talks about his new clients, boy group Only One Of. Fans take issue with the way Jaden talks about his new group, as he says, quote, "They work harder because they have a genuine attachment to the music," which many fans believe is an indirect slight at his past groups. The LOONA members were under strict control while Jaden was acting director and weren't allowed to participate in the musical process, despite some of them being trained in songwriting, so this dig feels especially hypocritical. Let's talk about another side of the fans for a
That's just
moment.
not...
Orbits act
You
as
shouldn't
one of
say
the
that.
largest promotional organs for LOONA. The LOONA fandom is largely
Like, having... Like, I don't know how... Like, I don't think the departure from those two parties went pretty... went, like, nice and friendly. So, it probably didn't do that. So, it was maybe a little bit harsh and more... Like... Yeah. Other not nice things. So, but still, like, there's this thing in the world called respect, and you should even have respect for people you don't like because what they did. If in his case he worked with LOONA and they performed to their absolute best, like, that's what it seems to me. Like, if I look at these videos at the videos that they did and listen to the songs they sung, like, it sounds really good and I love it. So they did work, and just like saying they didn't like it and they didn't participate and they didn't care, it's just not really respectful. So that's just shitty.
International and even then still niche. Due to the smaller size of the fandom, the mishaps with promotions, and the overall fear hanging over LOONA, the fanbase develops a strong advertising identity. LOONA is one of the most fan-promoted groups active right now. Jaden's plan to make LOONA an unknown shadow group had the opposite effect. The whole pre-debut project brought LOONA and their fans really, really close together.
That's also really funny. Like, he coming in there, we are gonna create this group that nobody knows, just a few people, and they really like it, and then just like the orbits come around and just like, phew, Stan LOONA, phew, Stan LOONA, phew, Stan LOONA, and just do the opposite of that what this weird ass guy wanted.
LOONA's
That's really
blackout
nice,
here
actually.
proves something very interesting about the LOONA narrative. When all else fails and everything falls apart, the fans carry the group. This is actually true of a lot of groups, but LOONA's fanbase is still majority international.
Wasn't it like also with Exit? Like, where Exit almost got disbanded, but they actually just got saved through fan camps or something? I just read a few comments on that. I'm not really... I don't have deep knowledge in that, but I just remembered it on the side of my head.
In LOONA's absence, the fanbase is keeping them going across the curvature of the Earth. In fact, the fans are one of the major forces keeping Home alive during this hiatus. Besides the meme explosion, the fans put up constant outpouring of love for the girls and the music. Armed with only a few dance covers and minute-long updates in the form of LOONA TV, the fans keep up an active stream of LOONA content during the blackout. And it tells the market something else. LOONA doesn't belong to a bunch of faceless executives or a shadow market or one artistic ego. LOONA belongs to the fans who love them. Finally, after 10 months of silence, the darkness breaks. On December 13th, LOONA releases a fan-dedicated single, 365, or maybe it's 365, I don't exactly know. The song speaks directly to the fanbase, thanking them for waiting and promising a whole year of success together.
I might check that out as well, because that's beautiful. And also, look at her. I'm really, really falling for Heejun at the moment. I think you might have noticed.
It's also the first group single not written by Jaden Jung. The song debuts at the top of the US World Digital Songs chart and tells the world something the fans have been longing to hear. LOONA is coming.
Yes. I imagine that was like a big
Therefore,
sigh of relief for
the
everyone who
floods, pale
is
in
invested
her
in
anger,
LOONA.
washes all the air, and through this distemperature we see the seasons alter. Hoary-headed frosts fall in the fresh lap of the crimson rose.
Rise. That's actually kind of smooth.
A day after the release of 365, a teaser drops. Now, at this point, people are starting to wise up. Not everyone immediately trusts that this is a for sure sign of a comeback. After all, isn't there still that lawsuit thing to worry about? The year closes out with no comeback, but a few days into the new year, BlackBerry releases a new statement. BlackBerry announces on January 8th that member Hassel will be taking a hiatus due to diagnosed anxiety, and she won't be involved in any upcoming promotions while she seeks treatment. Just a day after this announcement, a second trailer goes live, this time with a date on the end. Okay, BlackBerry, maybe you're onto something, but it's gonna take more than that to make up for the blackout.
Oh, that's the song from the
2
teaser.
weeks later, third teaser. That does it. It's LOONA time. But did you think that was it? A few days later, a Forbes article goes viral on Twitter. LOONA's new album is a collaborative effort between BlackBerry and Lee Soo-man. Lee Soo-man is the founder and executive producer of SM Entertainment, the most powerful company in K-pop. He's one of the most influential and important figures in the industry, and as his first project outside of SM Entertainment, he's in collaboration with LOONA for their newest album.
That probably brought up a
And
lot
you
of
might ask
hype.
yourself, what powerful marketing technique convinced him to invest in LOONA?
This! Oh my god. Oh, I love this.
Boom. The word is out. LOONA is having a comeback. And now they have an
Oh,
industry
Yochin is so
pipeline
small.
started. Finally, it's time. February 5th, 2020.
Yes. The first LOONA song that I've listened to.
LOONA has
Yes.
their second comeback, So What, alongside their third album, Hash. New image, new sound, new message. Burn yourself. LOONA's still here, and some believe that the comeback is a direct response to the mess of 2019, featuring the image of the burning moon and the phrase, "Do not accept the fate of the moon," which could mean LOONA moving past Jaden's stronghold over the project. The music video makes a collective 1.9 million views in its first 24 hours,
That's
and
a
the album
lot
hits number 4
for,
on Billboard's World Albums chart,
like, I guess
punctuated by
LOONA.
their best sales week in America to date. It also becomes LOONA's best-selling album on Hunteo, hitting 25,700 sales in the first month alone. The
That
international
move.
reception is really
Ghibli.
welcome for sure,
Love it.
but LOONA absolutely cannot slip up here and become a purely Western import. It's February, first popular selling season of the year, which means as many groups as possible are vying for attention, and the industry is hungry. What LOONA really needs is positive Korean reception to finally put them on the map back home. Boom. The album debuts at number 2 on the Gaon chart and sells over 79,000 copies in the first month, making it LOONA's best-selling album
Damn.
as of the making of this video. And despite heavy competition, it gives LOONA what no other era could, a first win.
Aww.
On March 12th, M Countdown awarded LOONA their first win for So What.
저희가 1년 동안 앨범을 준비하면서 되게 두려움이 많았는데 이번
Aww.
상을 타고 되게 저희 곡
don't cry.
변화를 두려워하지 않고 전진할
I mean, I'm
수
almost
있도록
crying here.
너무너무 감사합니다.
Finally,
Like, all that struggle to then get your first win after all that time, that's gotta feel good. That's just gotta feel good.
after all that, solid proof that LOONA isn't going anywhere. No, they're not in the clear yet. There's still a ton of money issues that haven't seen clean ends, damage remaining from the Jaden debacle, and the road ahead is long and uphill both ways. But after
I'm
looking
here
at
for
all
it.
this research and spending 15 goddamn pages recording this video, I can't help but feel like right now, they're exactly where they're supposed to be. That's all from me this time.
Like, these
Signing
scenes
off.
are just wholesome. Half of the group just crying, the others just singing. You love to see it. Damn, that was actually a really good explanation of the story arc. Like, that really gave just this extra insight into what these girls have been through. And just this, they have this, like, they really have a story arc, like, with the upcoming hype. Like, it's going good, then everything just crashes down with all their debacles, with sponsors leaving, not selling so well. Then I didn't even know that Hustle is dealing with anxiety, which is really, really something not to underestimate. So that the fact that they then won, that they just got their first win with So What, is really just a nice cycle. And also that was a really, really, really good video. Gonna drop a like on that. guys, if there's any more of those types of stuff where I can learn more about Luna, feel free, like you did with this video, to just let me know. Next up probably is gonna be another Hello 82 video, because these are really fun to watch. And after that, we are gonna continue our journey through the Lunaverse. Next up is Hustle, I think. Yes, it's Hustle then. So I'm really hyped about that. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Finger heart to you, and bye bye.